What is up, everybody? It's Reverse TV today, and we're gonna talk about these journalists and these so-called ex-Xbox fans who just can't take the L with this recent podcast that the Xbox leadership gave. It's like they're still trying to say that, hey, these games are going to PlayStation. Well, it's like, no, they debunked it with that whole podcast, but no, people are still saying it. Don't listen to the podcast. Don't listen to what Phil and Sarah Bond and Matt Booty said. But, trust us instead. When it's like, really, just take the L gracefully and move on. Like, you got this guy, Tom Warren, these gaming insiders who started all this nonsense to begin with. This whole cluster, this whole crap storm that happened this entire week was started from these journalists to begin with by these so-called insider sources that they have. That was all false. But he says Xbox chief Phil Spencer doesn't rule out Starfield and Indiana Jones coming to PS5. I mean, the first thing he addressed was that these games weren't coming to PS5, but Tom Warren thinks differently, apparently. I don't think we should, as an industry, ever rule out a game going to any other platform for an interview here. Yeah, because we don't know what could happen. Like, they can't predict the future, but for right now, their plans is to say, hey, these games aren't coming to PS5. So you to keep speculating further is just very concerning. Like, why they have a hard-on for Xbox just not existing or bringing their games to other platforms is just dumb. They don't want Sony to do the same thing, but they want Xbox to do it. Makes no sense. This next person is another game journalist. Now that the dust has settled a bit on the Xbox drama, once again, this drama that was started by these gaming journalists. So now they want to wipe their hands with this from starting the drama. That's just hilarious. What is your takeaway on everything, particularly when it comes to rumors? We definitely want to hear your opinion. We definitely don't want to hear your opinion on the fire starters of this drama, this whole nonsense right here. We have another journalist saying, hey, I get the impression that a lot of Xbox fans are pretty bored of promises now just deliver. Then the Xbox fans in the comment section are saying, hey, we're pretty happy with our Xbox experience. Yeah, me myself, I'm pretty happy with the Xbox experience. So I don't know what BS is this guy talking about. Like, I'm pretty reassured in the Xbox brand going forward, especially with their next console, which is going to be even stronger than this one. So I don't get what he's talking about. What should we be? What promises are we just be tired of? Like, what are you talking about? And then this is somebody saying that the console market hasn't really grown that much since the PS2 generation. Like PS2/Xbox generation, the install base for these consoles is 180 million. PS3 like just under 170. PS4, Xbox One around 180. It's the same thing. Like it's not growing a lot more than it should be. So I can understand these moves they're making because games only cost them more to make. It's like you're gonna have to see some sacrifices somewhere. It's like, hey, a few of these games go multi-plat, like they're already a lot of these games are these big first-party games are already on PC. And a few games have to go to PlayStation, and it is what it is. Like the console market isn't growing. So, as an adult, I can realize that hey, they gotta make some sacrifices somewhere. It's like you see Nintendo; they're the only ones who can stay truly exclusive that you're gonna play Nintendo games on Nintendo because they already sacrificed. They sacrificed with their visuals for their games, the frame rates. They sacrificed a lot of games. They even got voice acting, so their budget for those games are a lot less to make, and they make a lot of money. So it's like I don't want to play on Nintendo. I was like, if you want true exclusives, then play it on Nintendo. Play it on the Nintendo Switch or whatever. But if you don't want to play Nintendo Switch, you really like their direction, then hey, you gotta play one of these consoles, either PlayStation or Xbox, where they make a sacrifice or bringing their games to other systems. It just is what it is at this point. So, as long as the brand is still intact to what it is right now with Xbox, I'm fine with it. So, it ain't that big of a deal to me. So, it just is what it is. As these games cost more to make, they gotta make some sacrifices. So, people thinking all Xbox games should just be on Xbox, or if we lose in 4, it's that big of a deal. 4 is a small amount compared to the vast amount of exclusives they got. So the brand still seems intact to me, so I'm fine with it. So this Xbox fan right here says, Phil Spencer says Starfield and Indiana Jones are not part of the first 4 games released on Nintendo and PlayStation by Xbox, but does not rule out the possibility to arrive on PS5. Once again, constant doom and gloom. This guy jumped ship from Xbox, I guess, last generation, and just pushing doom and gloom constantly. It's like, move on at this point. Now we got the new ex Xbox fan right here saying he's jumping ship too and saying, you know, I try to have respect for this guy because he was there during Xbox One generation, probably when the Xbox was at its worst. So he stood through the fanboy console war nonsense then. But nowadays, it's like F this guy at this point. He can kick rocks at this point. Like, this dude was arguing with other Xbox fans. Like, really? Saying that you are delusional if you think games like Starfield aren't coming to PS5. It's like you're arguing with other Xbox fans. You being cheerleaded on by these Sony fanboys. It's like you can kick rocks too, to be honest. This dude can kick rocks. It was like he can kick rocks at this point. But he says, "Sorry, Xbox fans, I can't co-sign. Been down this path many times. Don't say you haven't been warned. Cheerleading is all to yourself and the likes of whoever this person is. If you want real opinions, like 34 million including Game Pass and Live is not good and alarming." Really? Game Pass is the greatest gaming service right now. And you say we should be alarmed that that it's not good. Whatever. Or that Starfield and Indiana Jones aren't coming to PS5 after the test. Might want to unfollow if you can't handle that. Well, I'm gonna unfollow because you are just a clown. You act like a scorned woman right now. He's acting worse than like a scorned woman at this point. Like, geez. This dude who say he had all the inside information. Somebody on the inside of Xbox told me what was going to happen. Then it was all false. And you looked stupid because you overreacted, jumped the ship because of a rumor. Over some speculation, some rumors that the media gassed up that just kept putting fire on the flames. It kept putting gasoline on the flames. You just jump shipped. So now you're like a clown right now. Which, I don't know how you're going to jump ship exactly. Because if you got a huge Xbox library, you're going to stop playing on Xbox? Which I don't think he's going to stop playing Xbox, but he's like full on Sony fanboy mode. He's going to trash Xbox every freaking day now. Or say Xbox sucks in some type of way. Or say, hey, your games are coming to PlayStation eventually. And I was like, this is stupid. If anything, people should be more concerned about what Sony did this week. Because it's funny how this guy completely ignored what Sony said about how they're not making any new major games until like 2025. And how the PS5 is in its latter status right now. You would think that would be more concerning with this than this whole Xbox situation. Where it's not that big of an issue. 4 games are leaving, big whoop-de-doo. Then we got this last one. This Sony fangirl right here says it's a process. 2 weeks ago, Hi-Fi Rush better not go to PlayStation. Today, well, it's just 4 games, Hi-Fi Rush included, but not Starfield. Woo-hoo. Yeah, it's a big difference between a small game, which, once again, we don't even know if Hi-Fi Rush is even going. We don't know at all, but, it's just speculation right now. But it's the biggest difference if it's a big AAA game like Starfield, which is mainly going to define Xbox brand going to PlayStation. It's a big difference right there than an indie game. So, and she says, next year, what would you say next? It's like with Sony games on PC, it's 3 years old game, who cares? But then the games, years get shorter. Well, once again, like I said, if you're an adult, you understand that that's how business goes. It's like they gotta do the most they can to save the brand, like sacrifice the few to save the many in this instance right here. Like a few of these games that go to PlayStation, I don't care. As long as the brand is pretty much intact, that's all I care about. As long as I can play it on a box for Xbox games, that's all I care about. Because I can give 2 craps about playing on PC. A lot of people don't want to play on PC, which it just is what it is. So people gonna want to stick with what console they prefer. A lot of people prefer Xbox. So it's like, hey, if it's just 4 games, I don't care. They want to like make this be similar to like the whole boiling frog experiment, where if you put a frog in boiling hot water, they're gonna jump out. But if you put the frog in water that's hot, then increase the temperature over time, they're gonna like still die from being boiled to death. It's not the same as that. It's definitely not. And it's like, if that is a situation, then Sony is going to have the same fate as well, because they're already talking like PS5 is in the last stages, that they aren't making enough money on these games. So they're going to be in the same boat as well. So whoop-de-doo. I guess we're just going to share exclusives in at that point. But until then, Xbox brand is still fine. You gaming journalists are clowns for spreading this nonsense, and then want to act like you just wipe your hands with the stuff as well, when you're the ones who made this major crap storm that we have right now. So My takeaway from this is stop listening to these insiders who gets these so called they know that they just know what's going on with these different companies, but they don't know anything. Stop listening to these guys. And also, stop listening to these Xbox fans who can't move on. If you want to just play PlayStation, play on PlayStation. Or are you arguing with Xbox fans now because you no longer want to be an Xbox fan? That's just stupid. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.